So welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is episode number 4. So we're four in, and we're staying consistent with this. Super excited. If you're brand new to the call, welcome. All right, and for my vets, people that's been sticking with us, even before Coffee and Crypto, welcome back. Appreciate y'all for still staying here. Some of the tools, if you're brand new and you feel like, hey, I want to further my education, the basics, right? Maybe you're in the intermediate, maybe you want to become advanced, or wherever you are, right? I have wrote a book, so I'll drop the link for that book at the end of this call. But you all can go and actually grab a copy of my book. It's my very first book. Working on my second book right now. A couple chapters in on that one, so really excited for that. So book number 2 is coming, I would say, by summer. So it's going to be a hot crypto summer. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna say. I can't be a hot boy, so it ain't a hot boy summer. It's gonna be a hot crypto summer, though. You know what I mean? The crypto gonna definitely be hot this summer. So, shout out to everybody that's hodling and investing and getting it in. Another tool is, if you feel like, hey, you need a personal coach. Maybe you're someone where you can't do groups and you need someone to really help you one-on-one, help you really sit down. I'm licensed in the US as a blockchain and DeFi advisor, meaning I can help you set up your portfolio, get you well diversified, show you exactly how to research, right? This call right here is originally for the Vincent Owens Group, which is my private community. I decide on certain Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the week to open this call up to more people. And the reason why is because I believe that this call is really just to teach you how to research, right? Like it's important to know how to research. Again, I tell people all the time, the reason why I think that I'm so good at research is because of having multiple degrees. You have to research going through these degrees. And so that's where my background on research really comes from, writing a thesis, doing things like that. So I really pride research. I believe that research is the reason why, you can really take anything to the next level. You can't take anything to the next level if you don't first do the research. All right, so we're going to kick this call off straight like this. It's going to get spicy. So guys, grab your, it's a movie, man. Grab your popcorn, grab something, man. Grab whatever, and just sit back. Grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your tea, your power energy bars for the morning time, a muffin maybe, and let's get it.
Tell me a little bit about competition. We're seeing a lot of companies get into the space that previously weren't, Apple, Google, Amazon. How does Qualcomm continue to compete? How is Qualcomm approaching that? And does Qualcomm beat everybody out?
Well, I would say Qualcomm always win with technology. If the elevator pitch in the company, we're about everything wireless. It doesn't matter, cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, position, location, everything high performance computing for a low power device, whether CPU, GPU, artificial intelligence, camera, etc. And we strive to be the best of each one of those technologies. And that's how we think about competition. We're always going to win with technology at the end. However, I'll answer your question a little bit different. You can look at Qualcomm as a company has been in mobile for a long time, but the company is really changing. It's not about a communication company for the mobile industry. It's really a company that has connected processor for the intelligent edge. And for all of those new markets, auto IoT, we're actually the new entrant. We're the challenger. We're the one competing with the incumbents and winning with technology.
So how do you approach being a new entrant then?
We have to be nimble, we have to be aggressive, and we have to be disruptive. And I think you saw the results of that, or what's happening with Qualcomm and Auto.
And I wanted to also ask about the metaverse. Speaking of things that are disruptive, kind of cutting edge, one of the things everybody's been talking about is the metaverse. What's kind of your take on the metaverse and what its relationship may or may not be with Qualcomm?
It's real. It's going to be a very big opportunity. We started investing in fundamental technologies that allow the merger of physical and digital spaces over a decade ago. It's no secret that because of those early investments.
Hold on. Run that back, Turbo.
Technologies that allow the merger of physical and digital spaces over a decade ago. Allow the merger of physical and digital spaces over a decade ago.
So you know, when you're in the crypto space and we talk about the merger between physical to digital spaces, there's 3 letters, right? Do y'all know what those letters are? Where the nerds at? Where the people that really study, right? Like I know I got Mo Harvey on here. We got Anna. So, you know, I know that this is going to get dropped, right? We got Real One on here. Matthew is on here. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely up. But what's those 3 letters when it talks about merging from the physical to the digital space, right? And so those 3 letters, if you don't know, is IoT, all right? Internet of Things. Right? IoT technology, Internet of Things, right? Robotics, artificial intelligence. These are the things that we're moving into. And like you said, they've already started focusing on it a decade ago. Over a decade ago. It's the CEO of Qualcomm. They're based in San Diego, California. Tech company, high-tech company, dealing with 5G, 4G, 3G. They the real G's. Right? Quantum physics, quantum computing, quantum finance. All right, let's go.
It's no secret that because of those early investment, for the over 40 virtual reality and augmented reality devices that exist in the world, all powered by Qualcomm. Qualcomm Snapdragon XR. One of our biggest partnership is with Meta. We have been a very successful partnership with them for VR with the Quests and the Quest 2. We announced at CES that we're now doing a custom chip for augmented reality with Microsoft as the Microsoft HoloLens get ready to scale. And we announced a partnership, for example, with ByteDance for the VR for TikTok. And we have a number of different developments to eventually be able to create companion to your smartphone with fully immersive augmented reality glasses that actually is going to look like this. And I think that's a big opportunity. It could be as big as phones.
And should we expect to see more partnerships like that then?
Could be as big as phones.
And should we expect to see more partnerships like that then?
Absolutely. I think we're just at the beginning of this growth for the metaverse.
And last question I wanted to ask you, you've been at the helm for about 9 months. And one of the things you talked about a lot when you started was the diversification of Qualcomm. There were so many areas you could operate in. How is that strategy going?
It's working. It's great. I think the fundamentals of our strategy are all in place. I think it's reflected in our financials. Actually, diversification has been responsible for the outperformance of Qualcomm. We saw that in auto. We saw that in IoT. And the new mobile strategy also working. We're growing in mobile as well. So very proud of the accomplishments of the Qualcomm team. And we're just going to keep marching forward.
And how did you know that was the strategy when you took the helm out of curiosity?
It was natural. It was the right thing to do. It's about seeing demand for.
So, hey, look, that's how we got to start, right? I know, you know what I mean? And I watched the whole thing. It's a 10-minute video. I found that clip. I watched that right before I got on here. I was like, whoa. I was like, we got to start. I was like, we got to kick it off like this because the energy today is about quantum, right? And so I remember when I was at Tuskegee, and they used to talk about quantum physics. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like that. Look, I was a biology major. I ain't want nothing to do with physics. Like I was trying to get out the physics department as fast as possible. Now I'm finding myself trying to get as fast as possible in it, right? Like, and that was 10 years ago. We were talking about quantum physics. That was over 10 years ago when I was at Tuskegee. So I know this is true. And these guys have been working on this way before that. So the Internet of Things, robotics, artificial intelligence, AI, all of these things are going to be a big deal. So here's the key, right? Here's the key. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a key. When you're going and you're looking for these cryptocurrencies, right? Something that I want you guys to really do is number one, go to CoinMarketCap. All right, let me show you how to research. All right. And so a lot of people's like, well, how many of you all remember IoT, right? Like it's cool, right? Internet of Things, coin. I called it out, right? IoTex. A lot of you invested, made money on it. I made money, but it dropped all the way back down to where I originally entered. Cool. I'm still holding. Like if you sold, that's on you. But here's the thing. It's called IoT at EX. Like, hold up. So I can go type IoT up here in the search bar. You got IoTex, you got Iota, you got Biopassport token, you got IoT chain. It's over 32 results. You can see all the results, right? Look at this right here. So all of these are the IoT coins, right? And so some of them are going to be scams. Some of them are going to be real utility. Some of them are going to be different things, right? But here's the thing, family, right? That's why you can go and do your own research, right? So I own Iota. I own IoTex as well, right? I have both of these, right? I have both of these. Iota is a part of what? Does anybody know what Iota is a part of? Drop it in the chat box. Where are my people that's really bullish? I know y'all here. Drop it in the chat box, right? What is Iota a part of? That's about to be world changing this year, right? What y'all think? There we go. Come on, Crystal. Let's go. ISO 222, exactly. So if you don't know what ISO 222 is, listen, you're behind, but you're ahead. Like, so if you don't wrap your head around it, like, it's not going to matter for you. So like most of the world will never hear of ISO 222. And I've dove so deep in there. It's crazy how deep you can fall into this rabbit hole really fast, like within an hour and a half before a call. Like I did all the research I'm about to give y'all today. I literally did this research before I got on the call and I verified it fast. That's why I'm like, yo, I'm goated. Like this stuff is hard. Like you just can't, you got to know what you're looking for. Right. And so I found something. I found a document. I'm going to share it with y'all right now. I want you to screenshot this. And these are the things that I want you to focus on. All right. If you are a student of the game, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you the free game. Like it wasn't, look, it's not free game because I had to go and get it. I had to pay the price to find this. Right. But I paid the price. Now, here you go. All right. Congratulations. Boom. Just screenshot that and thank me later, right? Screenshot that and thank me with a Rolls Royce later or something. You know what I mean? You'll be able to afford it. All right. So if you pay attention to this, right? QFS, Quantum Financial Services, terms and events. Quantum Financial Services. This was a video. That's why I said screenshot it, and I would go watch this video if I were y'all, right? Because last night on the Crypto Nerd call, we talked about Lobster Wallet. That's what really took me into this, because they talked about how Lobster Wallet is the stock market of the quantum financial space. So some people still worried about Wall Street. We're moving on to the digital Wall Street, right? Like because Wall Street is still in New York. We're moving to the quantum Wall Street, right? So the things that make up this new quantum financial service is first, CBDC, central bank digital currencies, right? Central bank digital currencies, right? The next one is ABDC, asset-backed digital currencies, right? So what are those digital currencies that are backed by assets? What are assets? Gold, silver, palladium, copper, precious metals, oil, right? So there's cryptocurrencies that are backed by these. What are those companies, right? You got to research, you got to dig deep. You got the Basel III International Framework for Banks, which came before ISO 222. That's the standard. But the international framework, remember, you want to build a house, you want to build a mansion, you want to build an empire, you need a framework, you need a blueprint. This is the framework for the banks around the world. Again, it's not the Basel III International Framework for humans, but where do humans put their money? In the bank. So we are the bank. So understanding this allows you to become, you know what I mean? ISO 222, right? This right here takes effect of 90% of the world's banks, all the central banks and regular banks, they will be on ISO 222 by November of this year. The United States said that they're going to be completely on 2023 and the rest of the world by 2025. So if you want to know when do I believe that these coins are going to go to a behemoth of numbers and we'll never see again, 2025. Right? Then you got to understand Bretton Woods. We're going to dive into that. I got videos for you today, right? Bretton Woods, 1944, 1971, 2020, right? Then you got the EO, which are the executive orders that the presidents put out, right? You need to know these sanctions for election interference, right? These are things that are building up, right? EO 13903, right? This one right here, I looked this up. He said he wasn't even going to tell you what it was. He told you just to look it up. So I'm going to tell you the same thing. Look, if I got to follow him. So if he didn't repeat it, I ain't repeating it. So if I was you, I'd go type it in and look at what this order is. I was kind of confused on why it was here with quantum, but hey. Then you got DEXs, decentralized exchanges built on XRP Ledger, right? Built on Stellar Lumens, Uniswap, right? These are your DEXs, Pancake Swap, decentralized exchanges. This is the new way for DeFi, decentralized finance. How are you going to participate in decentralized finance if you don't have a decentralized exchange and a decentralized wallet? And then the last one is your wallets. How many people got the Exum wallet? How many people got the Exum wallet? Why do you think we told you about that, right? But then guess what? You got the Lobster wallet for Stellar. And we all know that Stellar is backed by what? And XRP is backed by what? Drop it in the chat. Let's go. What is XRP backed by? And what is Stellar backed by? Drop it in the chat box. Let's go, right? What asset class? Let's go. XRP gold, Stellar silver. They're already backed by it, whether you know it or not. It's already done. I got proof today. I got proof. So let's get to it. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to reshare again. Is this interesting this morning or what, man? Light it up if it's interesting. Let's go. Light it up if it's interesting. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to play this video real quick. I found this, what's the Bretton Woods system? So, you know, it's going to give you the 3 legs of the Bretton Woods system. You guys got to know about these.
Hi, I'm Bill Reinsch. I've been working in international trade for over 35 years, which makes me really old. And I'm a trade guy. Today, you're getting a little history lesson. We're going to talk about the Bretton Woods system. So the year is 1944. The end of World War II was in sight. The Allies, realizing that they were going to win, wanted to get together and talk about creating a world where war and depression could never happen again. They met in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. There, they spent a month negotiating. There were 730 people or delegates from 44 different countries, all our allies. And essentially what they did was create a 3-legged stool, a tripod of institutions to guide the post-war world. This is how that 3-legged stool works today. The first leg is the International Monetary Fund, or IMF. The IMF works with countries that are having problems with money, problems with debt, and paying back the money that they borrowed. The IMF gives them advice on how to change their internal policies and structures in order to fix the problems that they've got. The second leg is the World Bank. Back in 1944, when the delegates met at Bretton Woods, they realized that poverty is a big motivating force when it comes to conflict and violence. And they decided that if they could help countries grow and create jobs, there would be a better chance of peace. So the World Bank is primarily a lending institution with the goal of ending extreme poverty, and it lends money to poor countries for economic development. The third leg of the stool, as it stands today, is the World Trade Organization, or WTO. The WTO promotes global trade and free trade, and it also functions as a courtroom for member countries to resolve trade disputes with one another. Basically, the WTO upholds the rules of international trade. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Trade Guys videos.
Hold up. So that's Bretton Woods, right? So let's read up on it. So I dove a little deep. I went to Investopedia and you know, I was really trying to figure out, all right, what is this Bretton Woods? Because I've heard of it, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to make sure that I was understanding properly. Hold on 1 second. Boom. Can't hide from me. Can't hide from me. Let's go. All right. So Bretton Woods Agreement and System, right? What was the Bretton Woods Agreement and System, right? The Bretton Woods Agreement was negotiated in July 1944 by delegates from 44 countries. right? They met in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, which she said in the video, right? Bretton Woods fell apart in 1970s when President Richard M. Nixon announced that the U.S. would no longer exchange gold for U.S. currency. So he took us off the gold standard, all right? This was the alley-oop to what needed to happen 50 years later, all right, which is right now, 50 years later. All right, so though the Bretton Woods conference itself took place over just 3 weeks, the preparation for it had been for several years. So they prepared for that Bretton Woods conference way before it even happened. You know, so ain't no telling how many years, right? The Bretton Woods collapsed in the 1970s, but created a lasting influence on international currency exchange and trade through its development of the IMF and World Bank. So these are the companies that you all need to go. Like, you want to know, hey, how do I research? Go to the IMF, right? Go to the World Bank, right? Go to their websites and just dig. They don't hide this information. Like this stuff, they can't hide it. It's illegal. If they don't put the documents out, like the documents are there, it's illegal for them to hold it from us because it's our money. But the problem is we never knew that we needed to research about this stuff. We never knew that we needed to talk to the IMF or we needed to, research it, right? Right? So that's the Bretton Woods agreement and system. Right now, this is a quick 4-minute video of President Nixon actually taking us off the monetary system. And some people have seen it, some people haven't. That's why I want to play it right now. Let's go.
The third indispensable element in building the new prosperity is closely related to creating new jobs and halting inflation. We must protect the position of the American dollar as a pillar of monetary stability around the world. In the past 7 years, there's been an average of one international monetary crisis every year. Now, who gains from these crises? Not the working man, not the investor, not the real producers of wealth. The gainers are the international money speculators. Because they thrive on crises, they help to create them. In recent weeks, the speculators have been waging an all-out war on the American dollar. The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States. Now, what is this action, which is very technical? What does it mean for you? Let me lay to rest the bugaboo of what is called devaluation. If you want to buy a foreign car or take a trip abroad, market conditions may cause your dollar to buy slightly less. But if you are among the overwhelming majority of Americans who buy American-made products in America, your dollar will be worth just as much tomorrow as it is today. The effect of this action, in other words, will be to stabilize the dollar. Now, this action will not win us any friends among the international money traders. But our primary concern is with the American workers and with fair competition around the world. To our friends abroad, including the many responsible members of the international banking community who are dedicated to stability in the flow of trade, I give this assurance. The United States has always been and will continue to be a forward-looking and trustworthy trading partner. In full cooperation with the International Monetary Fund and those who trade with us, we will press for the necessary reforms to set up an urgently needed new international monetary system. Stability and equal treatment is in everybody's best interest. I am determined that the American dollar must never again be a hostage in the hands of international speculators. I'm taking one further step to protect the dollar, to improve our balance of payments, and to increase jobs for Americans. As a temporary measure, I am today imposing an additional tax of 10% on goods imported into the United States. This is a better solution for international trade than direct controls on the amount of imports. This import tax is a temporary action. It isn't directed against any other country. It's an action to make certain that American products will not be at a disadvantage because of unfair exchange rates. When the unfair treatment is ended, the import tax will end as well. As a result of these actions, the product of American labor will be more competitive, and the unfair edge that some of our foreign competition has will be removed. This is a major reason why our trade balance has eroded over the past 15 years.
All right, so that is the video just to show you kind of what happened and how we, and so this was supposed to be to help the workers and stuff, but when you really look at after COVID, this type of system doesn't even make sense because a lot of people are at home, like people aren't even really working jobs. People have become entrepreneurs, like a lot more entrepreneurs these days. So it's, I mean, we're protecting a dying breed because robots is flipping burgers and shaking up coffee in airports in San Francisco, and you know what I'm saying, and just all types of crazy stuff, and delivering packages for Amazon to our door and droning. And so it's like, this was before Internet of Things, but they've been planning Internet of Things even when they was planning this. So it's all been a plan. And that's really what I see. So the reason why, again, why I do this call is because I want to give y'all clarity. Like, you need some soothing, like watching this S show, right? Watching this S show here with the cryptocurrency space, it's it can be frustrating and it can be tough. And watching your money go down when you bought at a high because you got FOMO'd in by somebody on Instagram or a Zoom call you got on or whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody's trying to figure out a brand new industry that's super deep. And so it's not even meant for us to really figure out and find out, but the ones that do, are the few, that really make it through. So I'm grateful that I've been able to figure it out, that I'm still finding it out, and I'm still figuring it out. I'm grateful that, we have this type of community where we can lock in every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm very proud of each and every one of y'all for, just showing up to class. And for the people that watch this on YouTube, that's a part of the Vincent Owens Group, you paid to be here and you didn't show up to class, shame on you, right? You want to make sure that you show up to class or just keep watching the recordings, but don't be the person not to watch the recording because you won't get this message. All right. So with that being said, what I want to do right now is I'm going to just drop the link. I told you all about my book. So, if you do not have a copy of the actual ebook itself and you would like a copy of my ebook, would love the support. Maybe somebody, Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is on Sunday. Maybe your mom need a copy, right? Grab her a copy and email it to her. Let's continue to spread this knowledge, spread this wealth, in this mentorship amongst people. So the first link that I'm dropping right now for you all, okay? And again, if you already have the book, I appreciate you. If not, there's the link. This book is an amazing first book to really further your understanding. Like when I was working on this book, I was, I read it and I, and like a lot of the information, I'm like, wow, like there's some things that I need to add in here. There's a lot of stuff that I learned while putting the book together, right? So that was really amazing because this book is really what made me what I am today. Because like a year ago, I wasn't this deep. And it's crazy how deep you can go in a year. So that's the first link. If you want to go further and you're looking for private mentorship, again, my full year's mentorship is $997 for the year. Pay that up front, or you can split it up in a 4-payment installment. So what I'm going to do right now, it's called the Secrets of Crypto and Money Mastery course. So if you're looking for an actual mentor you can work with one-on-one, ask your questions, because sometimes you don't get that, right? And again, people's time, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard. If you invest into me, I'm going to invest my time into you, which is my most valuable asset, right? So with that being said, I just dropped the link for that as well. If maybe you know someone, maybe it's not for you, but maybe you know someone that's struggling in crypto and they're looking for a mentor. They're looking for someone. They don't have that time to just sit and do all this research as you do. Please send them over this link. Let them know. I get them on a 15 to 20 minute initial consultation and strategy session where we plan out their goals. We map it out. I really help them visualize. And one thing I've heard, like Amber, for instance, I'm gonna throw Amber out there, but Amber, we sat down and she literally, Amber, if I'm lying, let me know. But you literally said, man, nobody's really pushed me to think that way. I've never really had to think because when we sit down with our goal sessions, we talk about 3 months, we talk about 2 to 3 years down the road, and then 10 years. And most people, when you talk about 10 years, they're like, man, I never really thought about it, where I'll be in 10 years. And to me, I understand that because it ain't weird, because shoot, I didn't even think about that until now. Now I can tell you exactly what everything's going to look like in 10 years for Vincent Owens. I have that thing already mapped out. I already got that on my vision board, my vision environment, right? So yeah, man, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for the ones that grabbed the book. Thank you for everybody that's going to actually, thank you for the ones that want that personal mentorship, and looking forward to add more value, more courses, more everything in the future. This episode will be on YouTube. You can also follow me on YouTube at the Vincent Owens. You can follow me on YouTube there as well. And all of these calls will be posted on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. I'll see y'all soon. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.